safety, and nervous system balance? The answer is twofold. The title change reflects what those who have read the hardback version have consistently told me they most relate to. What I am proposing here is indeed a revolution in trauma treatment. Bringing the subtitle, Revolutionizing Trauma Treatment, forward to be the title highlights the true intention of the book and will hopefully make it more visible and easier to find. So, to be clear, this book, Revolutionizing Trauma Treatment, is not a revision of The Body Remembers, but a continuation of the discussion and ideas that were begun there. Revolutionizing Trauma Treatment reflects both the evolution of my own experience and thinking, as well as, for better and for worse, the growth and changes in the fields of trauma studies and trauma treatment over the 20 years since The Body Remembers was first published. The subtitle change, Stabilization, Safety, and Nervous System Balance, is in part a response to the overwhelmingly enthusiastic reception of my significant attention to the nervous system as a whole, including the color foldout of the autonomic nervous system, ANS, table. The ANS table has stimulated immense interest and been utilized well beyond readers of the book, defying all expectations. Instructors, clinics, practice groups, and clients themselves have all adopted the ANS table, often in the form of the separately available laminated card version, as their most useful tool for monitoring and modulating ANS arousal. I always hoped it would be a useful contribution, so I am very happy to see my hope realized. For those of you who have chosen this paperback volume seeking more information on the ANS table, look to Chapter 2 for a lengthy discussion on its development and usage. Throughout the book, there are also numerous examples of applying the information interpreted from the ANS table in practice with clients, as well as for practitioner self-care, to aid in preventing vicarious trauma and compassion fatigue. Feedback on my emphasis of stabilization and safety as a critical foundation for trauma recovery, including applications of the sensory nervous system into practice, has also been extremely positive. While nearly every book, class, and training for prospective and experienced trauma therapists includes theory and applications of the ANS, few pay adequate attention to the importance of stabilization and safety, or give the sensory nervous system its due. There is tremendous value to be gained from understanding how the sensory system works. Such knowledge has the potential to make stabilization much easier, quicker, and more reliable, while also making any trauma therapy safer. In addition, simple applications from sensory nervous system theory will make mindful practices, including meditation, mindfulness-based stress reduction, and yoga, more widely accessible to a greater number of traumatized individuals. I wish to extend many thanks to my editor, Deborah Malmud, and the entire editorial board at W.W. Norton & Company for believing in and supporting this paperback reissue of Revolutionizing Trauma Treatment, Stabilization, Safety, and Nervous System Balance. Here's hoping that many more practitioners and their clients benefit. Introduction. This book, Revolutionizing Trauma Treatment, previously published as The Body Remembers, Volume 2, continues the discussion I began in my first book, The Body Remembers, The Psychophysiology of Trauma and Trauma Treatment. As soon as that book went to press, I knew there was more that I wanted to contribute to the field of traumatic stress, to continue to improve and expand treatment options for those impacted by trauma. The 4 books I've published since have broadened the discussion, but I have always wanted to return to expanding on the foundations of the first. In this second volume, I will do just that. That means that this is not a revision of The Body Remembers, but a standalone book in its own right that is linked to it. You can make use of this book without